Hello everyone, Alzion the Great here, and welcome back to League of Legends Manager on MOBA GM. What you're seeing here is the last season as it stood, SI 0-22 in the summer playoffs as we go back to 2019. Paladin Esports will be your defending champions heading into 2020 and the pre-season. We're going to get through the first few bit of games today, kind of similar to last year, but first I want to go over some things. Mainly just some team moves. Obviously, we got to look at the defending champions. Paladin, who just added rookie Snapmaw and didn't change anything else. Their starting roster is the same, so the defending champs, Rusty, Dark, Miker, Sander, and Mimikas, excuse me, are all still on the same team and ready to defend their title. Other teams that I think made notable moves, the top 4 teams that made notable moves, obviously the Aether Wolves, signing rookies Corbin and Bobo for their top and jungle. The 207 Shock, who signed some new veteran bot laners in Amanatsu and Cowboy, as well as Crystal with the huge signing of Vincent Datafuse Kennedy. As they also signed rookie Duelson. And then I think something that should be a really exciting change, I think, is what Crimson Moon did in the offseason, re-signing Southern and bringing in Royal Sled. And also signing Fictivi into the top lane. I think Crimson Moon will be one of the more improved teams from this last off-season. But obviously, SI Gaming went 0-22 last season. And I wasn't really feeling pressured to make too many changes. I mean, it was the first year SI was the worst team, like one of the worst, in the base simulation. And I hadn't really ever controlled them, going into it. So I wasn't expecting. I was hoping we could win, but we didn't. Anyway, Jesus, I don't know what's going on. My main move this season was signing rookie AC Tornado Dervish at AD carry. These ratings don't really matter. I like to think it's more about overall ratings in this game. But as a mental player, his best mental stat, Jesus Christ, best mental stat is that he's a team player. His best tactical thing is that he's aware and also a team fighter. And his best thing about his game is his positioning in team fights. So hopefully we can develop Tornado further into the superstar that I think he can be. So a lot of people can be superstars. Honestly, I was looking around the league for the biggest jump from a starter or a person who would be scheduled to start, and honestly, James Ricketts, otherwise known as Flipper, actually has the biggest at plus 14, so I think we had a really good thing there. But yeah, this is the right now starting roster in the season. We also brought in top laner Vixie, just in case Sowers didn't work out or retired or some weird thing. But that also would make sense because Sowers, ignore that fault. We brought in Vixie because I wanted to see if he could give up higher, but actually Sowers went up 15 potential, which is something I don't usually see. You usually see potential increase with overall, rarely. Most of the time it goes down. But yeah, this makes Sowers potentially, the next superstar for us, and we still have, 2 years on his contract, so very excited to see. Yeah, we brought in Vixie. We may start him if, the season's going terrible. I may give Vixie a look, but I don't know. I don't know about, any of that. We also brought in rookie jungler Crazy and rookie support Mertz. Yeah, so right now, this is the history. Milikas won Finals MVP, and Dark is your MVP right now. Other than that, I think there's one thing I gotta check first. And that thing would be the meta. As we are into the second season, we have a new meta to accompany with us, and it's one of my custom-made metas from a long time ago. So let's I will refamiliarize myself, let's familiarize you guys with it. As in the top lane, Gnar and Renekton are the big things to look out for. Aatrox is also there, with Camille being a 2-3 in the top end jungle. Lots of 2s, not many flex picks. If they are flex picks, they are low, as Yasuo, for some reason, is right there. He's a good flex pick. I don't know if I may pick Yasuo. I don't know. It's not going to be my focus to start the season for sure. In the jungle, there is no inherently overpowered pick, but Graves, J4, Kane, Kindred, Nidalee, Nunu, and Zhao are the best things to pick today. Fiddlesticks is also an okay flex pick, although it's more between jungle and support, and mid is kind of there. But yeah, there's also Camille, obviously, who's 2-3 from the top lane. Rengar for some. Oh, never mind. Yeah, Rengar is there. Trundle. There's some decent flexers, but they're really far down. In the mid lane, Anivia rules supreme, but Lucian is not too far behind the Iceberg. Azir is also in the top 3. Brand, interestingly enough, has a good mid lane support pick. So Cassio and then Echo Rise, both pretty good top laners. Then Valentia and Yasuo. Anyway. At AD carry, Lucian is the best, and I kind of just put it at 1 AD carry every meta. Try to make it different if I can. But yeah, Ashe, Ezreal, Jhin, Sivir, and Varus. As well as Kai'Sa and Senna. Helios, there we go, all the 2s are right there. And then at support, there is no superstar, but Alistar is number 1. Well, yeah, he's not my favorite support, or Colin's my favorite support, but I used to play Alistar a lot, so quite happy to see that he's up there. But with our wrap-up of the meta complete, let's just take a look at the power ranking stats. Paladin is your number 1 team, followed by Quantum and Silver Dragons. We are 10th, which I think is a double from last year. How is Aether Wolves 12th? I don't get it. Anyway. But yeah, we are 10th in terms of team MMR, not that I put too much value into that. We are 12th, which is the league, and talent based on overall really actually doesn't mean anything yet, because as it says here, the overall rating is a combination of performance, which is based on power differential, and obviously no team has played the game, so no team has a power differential, and then talent. So we'll check back in, at some other point in the season. Yeah, we now need to go to the regular season and see who our first game is against. It is against Excalibur. With Sani, Mohinder, the new mid laner Prior, 475, and Sieza. That'll be fun to face Excalibur. Yeah, we can get both of our matches out of the way with Excalibur. I don't know, 5 games might be a bit much for you. I think I want to go at least to this Aether Wolves one. And if we're 0-3, then I'll extend. Oh dear. Then I'll extend it to that second Excalibur game. Yeah, right now we're gonna go to the Aether Wolves. So, coach options. So this season, I don't really know what our focus is going to be. I mean, we have obviously a new bot laner, but we didn't really change much in terms of our strengths and weaknesses. I mean, Sowers is still the best player on the team, Kirchhoff is still the second best player on the team, and we have a rookie at 80k. So, I guess we'll kind of just ignore the jungle completely, although play aggressive in it, which is kind of weird, but I kind of get it. We're going to play more aggressive to the top. Mid, we'll just play safe, and bot lane, I want to tone it down a slight bit, and we're mostly going to focus on camping bot, and just kind of stay away from it. Let Kirchhoff do his thing, he'll be the weak point, which is kind of weird. I know, it's not really that good of a strategy, but at this point, it's the start of the season, what's the worst that could happen? Kirchhoff is our best player, but, I think we'll be fine. I'll start adjusting it if things go terribly wrong. For our first game, we are on red side. How convenient we get last pick. So I'll see you guys whenever I'm done with this room. Okay, so I said I was gonna pick Yasuo, and we picked Yasuo. But anyway, they started off banning Renekton, and once I saw that, because basically coming into this, I was thinking Renekton's probably the more bannable of the two. I think Gnar is easier to counter, Yasuo counters Gnar. So I just decided to ban Brand and Camille to see what they ban, because I need to still get used to the AI on this particular patch. They took out the two other power picks, Anivia and Gnar, and I decided, yeah, no, I'm not giving you Lucian. And ban Lucian. Despite my attempts to stop getting the AI to pick Karma, they still picked Karma, and I have no idea where it's going. It's not really good at any of the spots, but it has 3 spots. So I just responded, alright, I'll outflex you. And I picked Yasuo Senna. They ended up picking even more flex with Akali and Zillion. I still have no idea who the mid laner is. And I just went ahead and picked Nidalee, banned Nunu and Hecarim, because they counter Nidalee. They also banned out Kayn and Rengar for some reason. And then I decided to just blind pick the mid, semi-blind. I think Akali is... It's either Akali or Karma, really. Or Zillion. It's one of the 3. I think Akali's going top. So it's Karma or Zillion, so I just picked Azir into it. They picked Jin Zhao Misfortune, and we countered the Misfortune with the Ezreal. I think we had a decently good draft, although I still don't know where anything's going. So... let's see. 1 week. And SI still has not won a game. It was Akali top, Zillion mid, Karma, support, and we got perfect game. Like, wait, did we? No, 10-1. We got a tower somewhere. Got an outer tower somewhere. But not a single kill in our first game. Oh man. Tornado 0-5 on the Ezreal. Start off. We didn't. To be fair though, we didn't have a tank yet. Kind of screwed up, but you know, I think it was a decent. So game 2 is against the defending champs, Paladin Esports. We did win their first game. As we gotta take on the champs, so we do that draft. Our second draft is complete. Not feeling too hot about it. Bans were actually exactly the same. Renekton and Anivia Gnar from Paladin, Brand, Camille, and Lucian from us. They first picked Aatrox. I responded with Gangplank and flexing Silas. They picked Morgana and Vi, and then not exactly the first bad decision of the draft, but I picked Senna, then banned Azir and Cassio trying to protect the Silas in the mid lane, kind of forgetting that I don't actually play to mid lane with this team. They banned Vel'Koz and Fiddlesticks. Then I blind picked Sona. They ended up picking Jhin and Blitzcrank. Little known fact to me about Blitzcrank. It counters both Sona and Senna, who was my bot lane at the moment. We ended up picking Nunu to counter Vi, but honestly, we're against the defending champs. I don't really think it matters what we picked, but they also got a champion that literally counters the entirety of my bot lane. So, safe to say I'm not feeling too good about this match. We lose, although more competitively than against Excalibur, Kirchhoff actually got 6 kills on Silas in this game. So we actually killed somebody. But yeah, the bot lane did not do good. So I think for this third game, we're going to go ahead and say, just don't really focus anything save the mid lane. I want to kind of stay away from things. Everyone will play neutral. We'll play slightly aggressive with our mid, and the bot will play safe. Hopefully this will work. I doubt it, but considering, you know, In the first game, we just got demolished by Excalibur, who started Blackjaw for some reason. They released their mid. Okay, well that's something I can't really control, so we're not going to comment on it anymore. Standings part of the season, Crystal 0-2, that's not good. Anyway, we are going to head into E3. We're on blue side the first time, so hopefully we can get a juicy number 1 in the rolls. But let me do this draft. So I finally have a draft where I feel really confident about it because I did really good. So in this, on being on blue side, I decided to prioritize what I did in the past in this meta. You know, when it was on normal difficulty, I decided to go for Lucian as the main thing I wanted to go for. Knowing they would probably still ban Renekton, Nivea, and Gnar, I was thinking Lucian off the bat. So I banned Bran because I just wanted. I don't like Bran. I then banned Kai'Sa and Aatrox. Kai'Sa because she counters Lucian and she's good in the meta. Aatrox because I kind of figured out this is the counter section. Aatrox counters Gangplank. Gangplank does not counter Aatrox, so that was a bad pick into pound, but it almost worked. But anyway, yeah, I banned Aatrox. They banned Renekton and Gnar, as I thought they would do. And then I first picked Lucian, they picked Echo and Graves. Now, when I saw they picked Echo and Graves, I was very excited, because Graves is easily counterable by Hecarim, who's in the meta right now, so I just picked Hecarim. And then as far as Echo goes, I don't think any of these things that are counter Echo are good in the meta, so I just went ahead and picked Gangplank, knowing I banned Aatrox. They picked up Vel'Koz, which I was like, okay, that's kind of weird, but not going to question it. I banned Morgana Leona, because the second I saw the Vel'Koz, I was like, okay, Blitzcrank's available. I want to take Blitzcrank now. Morgana Leona both counter Blitzcrank. Morgana, technically, Leona is on the list. And then they banned Irelia and Trundle. So, and then they picked Rumble. And I was like, okay, Rumble's their mid. Who counters Rumble? Rise. So I picked Blitzcrank and Rise, and they picked Ezreal. Does not counter Lucian in any way, shape, or form. So, Aetherwolf is 0-2. I think we had a really good draft. I think we can win. Also, I'm not going to do anything beyond this the last game. Please get the win. Oh no, I almost ended the recording. I need to hit 1 week. We did it! Finally! Aetherwolf is the team we beat, as SI Gaming gets their first victory ever. Sours didn't carry on Gangplank, but Angerian 6-0-10 on Hecarim. Kirchhoff went 6-1-6 on Rise. Tornado popped off on Lucian, and Flipper did not die on Blitzcrank. Let's go! That's a good way to end off this episode. Here are the standings 3 games in. Interestingly enough, the 207 Shock are the only undefeated team right now in the game. They haven't faced Paladin yet, so somebody beat Paladin. And that team would be Crystal. How convenient. The Aetherwolves the only 0-3 team, but SI finally did it! They got their first win. We got our first win, guys! Let's take a look at early league leaders. Sfinzy, 7.7 kills a game. Rusty, 22 KDA to start the season. Cowboy leads league in assists at 17.7, while Amanatsu has 392.2 CS a game. But honestly, seeing that 1 in the victory column is all I wanted. And now we have it. But I would like to thank you all for watching, and as always, and we'll see you guys later.